My name is Michelle Glowney. I'm a full-time lecturer in the College of Nursing and Health Sciences, and on behalf of the Planning Committee and its members, it is my honor to welcome each of you to our annual White Coat Ceremony for the graduating class of 2024. It is my pleasure to serve as your Master of Ceremony this evening. We warmly welcome parents, family, and friends joining us online, and students, faculty, and distinguished guests here in the auditorium. Thank you for your patience and understanding as we return to on-campus events and address technology issues. The White Coat Committee has been planning this event for you for several months, and we hope it's a nice evening. We are thrilled to be celebrating with you tonight the academic achievements each of you have attained thus far. All of our faculty and staff look forward to continuing to work with each of you, and supporting you as you embark on the clinical phase of your nursing education. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce Dr. Kimberly Christopher, Dean of the College of Nursing and Health Sciences. Dean Christopher received her diploma in nursing from the Massachusetts General Hospital School of Nursing, her BS in nursing from Boston College, a Master of Arts in Anthropology from Stanford University, a Master of Science in Community Health Nursing from the University of California, San Francisco, and a PhD in nursing from Boston College. Dean Christopher has over 30 years of experience in a wide range of healthcare and academic areas, including roles as a staff nurse, educator, manager, faculty, department chair, chief nursing officer, and now our dean. Please welcome Dr. Christopher.
Good evening, students, families, guests, nursing faculty, staff, and university leadership, Chancellor and also Provost Ron Howell. As Michelle said, I'm Kimberly Christopher, and I have the privilege of being Dean of the College of Nursing and Health Sciences. I'd also like to welcome all of you to the University of Massachusetts Dartmouth's 8th Annual Nursing White Coat Ceremony celebration. I want to thank all of the faculty, staff, students, and guest participants who made this year's program possible. I also want to publicly recognize our sophomore nursing students who are working to achieve their nursing educational goals under continued exceptional conditions arising out of the public health pandemic crisis. Everyone is very proud of our sophomore students as they work in these challenging times. Please allow me to briefly share with you some background information on the White Coat Ceremony, and then some further information on the White Coat Ceremony here at our college. In 1993, the White Coat Ceremony was designed by the Arnold P. Gold Foundation as a way of welcoming students into the medical profession and setting expectations about the students' role as future physicians. The cloaking with the white coat is a symbol of the mantle of the medical professional's responsibilities. The ceremony also symbolizes the importance of compassionate care rooted in scientific proficiency. In 2014, the Arnold P. Gold Foundation broadened its mission to engage members of the entire healthcare team. The ceremony includes the cloaking of students in the white coat, a recitation of an oath of service, and a gift of the White Coat Ceremony hymn. For the nursing profession, the ceremony symbolizes the commitment to compassionate, humanistic, patient-centered care rooted in scientific proficiency. So today, at UMass Dartmouth, we gather with our sophomore year, second semester nursing students to participate in our 8th annual Nursing White Coat Ceremony. The date was chosen because students enroll in their first clinical agency practice experience this semester. Students, your clinical experience is a giant step forward in your nursing education, and you've worked hard to be prepared to provide clinical nursing care. let me emphasize that providing clinical care is a responsibility and also a privilege, for it is a privilege to serve and care for patients, families, and communities, and to maintain their trust of us as nursing professionals. Tonight, the faculty and I cloak you and embrace you in your role as student nurse and future professional nurse. Thank you for joining us for our 2022 White Coat Ceremony. We certainly hope that you enjoyed tonight's program, and again, congratulations to our sophomore students. I have one more assignment, and students can relate to assignments. Before I return to my seat, I have the privilege of introducing our University of Massachusetts Dartmouth Chancellor, Dr. Mark Fuller. Dr. Mark Fuller is a first-generation college student and passionate advocate for public higher education. He was appointed Chancellor of the University of Massachusetts Dartmouth on August 9, 2021. Dr. Fuller came to Dartmouth campus after 12 years at the Amherst campus, where he spent 9 transformative years as Dean, being Thomas O'Brien Endowed Chair at the Eisenberg School of Management, and then 3 years as Vice Chancellor for Advancement for the entire UMass Amherst University, with responsibilities for engaging and inspiring more than 270,000 alumni and donors worldwide. Although identifying several priorities at UMass Dartmouth, one of the Chancellor Fuller's top priorities is the student experience, with the goal of an excellent, high-quality student experience. Members of the campus community are excited to collaborate with him. Please join me in welcoming Chancellor Fuller with a round of applause.
Good evening. You're going to have to do better. Good evening. Thank you. Like I said, I'm very excited. This is my first unmasked event where I can actually see students, so I'm pretty psyched. Before I start my formal remarks, I'll tell you one of my fondest memories at UMass Dartmouth as the business dean. I got to go up at the graduation ceremony, and we all had, McGirt Stadium was filled with students, right? And there were sections, right? So I had like 1,000 business grads, and there were 1,200 College of Natural Science grads, and then the nursing program sat in front, right in front of the stage. Now, so we had this competition with all the deans to see whose group made the most noise, and Stephen Kavanaugh, who Kimberly knows, was the dean of nursing at the time. He was a close friend of mine. And so we usually did pretty good, you know, as we had a lot of grads. They were pretty raucous. The group that was per capita the loudest during the entire graduation ceremony was the 4 rows of nurses that sat in front of the stage. You couldn't even get a word in edgewise because they were cheering the entire session. So my experience is that you are a very enthusiastic group, and I'm excited that we have the College of Nursing here in Health Sciences, and I'm excited to be part of the ceremony tonight. So with that said, I'll start my very brief remarks. Welcome everyone, I am Chancellor Mark Fuller, and I'm delighted to be with all of you this evening, celebrating this milestone as you transition from classroom learning to adding in real-world application. The nursing program is rigorous. I believe you have a test tomorrow, correct? So I'll only go on for about 30 or 40 minutes, and so we'll be fine. The nursing program is rigorous, so great job to getting to this next phase of your curriculum. In planning my remarks, I was thinking about how different your educational experience is as a nursing student from maybe what your peers experience across campus. And while there are certainly opportunities across campus to intern within many of the majors, the clinical experience in nursing is truly unique. You have the opportunity and privilege to experience hands-on learning in a field that is so critical to our future, and honestly, to my future health. So be well trained, please, as I get older and older. You make a difference in the lives of others even before you graduate. In addition to the wonderful job our campus community has done with our own testing and vaccination compliance this year and last year, we've shown incredible commitment to making the South Coast a better and safer place during COVID. In the beginning of 2021, over 50 nursing students were out in the community assisting in COVID vaccinations. This was in the midst of one of the most uncertain times in our history, and your classmates were on the front lines. Meanwhile, other nursing students were assisting at hospitals and community health centers across the region. This pandemic did not slow the College of Nursing and Health Sciences down, but rather highlighted your impact and commitment. On behalf of the university, thank you for being such great ambassadors. I know you will do great things during your clinicals, and I look forward to sharing your inspiring stories with next year's sophomore class. Congratulations, and go Corsairs. Before I turn it over to the MC, I do apologize. I haven't.
Thank you, Chancellor Fuller. Our guest speaker tonight is Melanie Mead. Melanie Mead entered higher education later in life. After becoming a licensed massage therapist and earning an associate's degree in complementary healthcare from Bristol Community College, Melanie earned a bachelor's degree in psychology from the University of Massachusetts Dartmouth. She then decided to pursue a lifelong dream of becoming a registered nurse and enrolled in UMass Dartmouth's first cohort of the accelerated BSN program. After completing the rigorous BSN program, Melanie began her journey as a registered nurse at St. Luke's Hospital Emergency Department in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Melanie has been a nurse for 4 years and remains committed to emergency nursing. She has pursued professional development for multiple certifications, such as advanced cardiac care and trauma. The emergency department at St. Luke's has been facing COVID-19 head-on for 2 years. Melanie became a local celebrity in October of 2021, and she was featured in a Washington Post article on describing the nursing experience during the pandemic. In addition to working in the emergency department during the pandemic, Melanie has also spent countless hours administering COVID vaccines within our community. From the front lines, please welcome Melanie Mead.
Good evening. As you heard, my name is Melanie. I am a two-time graduate from UMass Dartmouth. 2015, I did complete my BA in psychology, and in 2017, I completed the accelerated bachelor's science in nursing. Today, I am proud to serve my community and represent UMass Dartmouth College of Nursing and Health Sciences as a registered nurse in the emergency department at St. Luke's Hospital in New Bedford. Before I speak with you about my experiences as a nursing student and as a registered nurse, I would like to share a little bit about my path that led me to stand before you today. Perhaps some of you will see some of yourself in me and my journey that has shared twists and setbacks. Perhaps you will see optimism and possibility. At least I hope you do so. Like some of you, I am a product of a large extended Portuguese family in which no one has attended college and very few graduated from high school. While my family was priority, education was not. As soon as we were old enough to find work, we expected to do so. In my family and in my culture, integrity and diligent work ethic are essential qualities, and we were expected to demonstrate. Despite the subtle and not so subtle messages I received from my family about education, like I said, it was not a priority. My earliest memories of any goal I had for my future involved becoming a nurse one day. During my high school year, actually junior year in high school, I met with a recruiter and planned to enlist in the Air Force after graduation. My goal was to receive training as a medic and eventually becoming a nurse. Higher education was not on my radar at first. As I prepared to enlist in the United States Air Force, my mother was assaulted and left permanently disabled. I was forced to make a choice between caring for my mother or continuing my education, then enlisting in the Air Force. As someone who saw myself as a helper, and as someone who went out of her way to bring ease and joy to the lives of others, there was no decision made. I dropped out of high school and completed my GED. I gave up military dreams and became my mom's primary medical caregiver by working full-time as a direct care worker and shift supervisor at a residential home for adolescents and adults with autism. While I have never regretted my decision to care for my mother, it certainly altered my life path in ways I could never imagined. During the decade in which I worked as a residential home and served as my mother's primary caregiver, I met and married a hardworking Portuguese man. He was a fisherman. We had two beautiful children. I became a stay-at-home mom and wife. No one in my culturally entrenched family believed that I, as a woman, should not want anything more for myself, except me. Deep down, I always held on to my dream of becoming a nurse. Years passed, my two children, and I ultimately left my husband. So there I was, newly divorced, 40 years old, with the blessing of my children and a bucket full of grit and passion, just enough confidence and optimism to get me through the front door on day one. Off I went to become my educational journey at Bristol Community College. It did not take long for me to realize that I was dedicated and a capable student. Fast forward through BCC, UMass Dartmouth, and now UMass Dartmouth again. I found myself sitting right where you are in those exact seats. Eager for clinicals, waiting to make connections from words and sometimes shocking photos in your textbooks to tangible diagnoses. I remember feeling everything, and I mean everything. Overwhelmed, excited, confused, confident, terrified, supported, exhausted, really, really exhausted. For most in my cohort, and I'm sure it is the same as yours, nursing school will stretch you to the edge of what you feel and what you're capable of achieving. For a few others, it seems to be a breeze. Regardless, you all share the same goal, obtaining your RN credentials. From my perspective, the difference seems to be about heart, not purely academic ability. Those who have heart is truly in making it through. Wait, let me add this. Those whose heart is truly in it, who connect with, create meaningful and supportive relationships with their peers and faculty will make it through. That's enough about me and my backstory. Now I want to share a little bit about me working as a nurse at St. Luke's. I am one of the trauma nurses in our emergency department. We recently became a level 2 trauma center. My message to you as a nurse working on the front lines is simple. Nursing is hard. It is really, really hard. But it's a good hard. It is important hard. It is a hard that you can handle and thrive in if your heart is in it. Every day you will carry a bag full of emotions. At times, that emotional bag will be emptied all in one day. I will not lie. You are entering a field where nurses are currently exhausted, absolutely exhausted. You offer support and relief. You will be welcomed with open arms. There is good, lots of good waiting for you. As I prepared for this today, I debated discussing COVID, but it's like the elephant in the room. Instead of getting deep into it, I'm not sure I'm even ready to even talk about it yet. I'm just going to share you a little gentle reminder of a personal experience. At the beginning of COVID, the governor declared a state of emergency and placed a stay-at-home order for 2 weeks. Some were exempt from this order. Of course, that was including nurses. The next day, I drove into work. I was the only car on that road. During the 7-minute drive, my internal dialogue went something to the effect of, "What are you doing? I am terrified. What about my family? What if I get COVID?" I felt like a firefighter running into a burning building. We didn't know enough about this virus. All we knew was the climbing positive COVID cases and the death rate. During the first surge, many doctors, nurses, technicians moved within their house. They slept away from their families, including myself. Thankfully, I have a spare bedroom. I kept my nursing shoes in a tote outdoors. I would remove my clothes at the door. I think my neighbors got to see more than what they desired. As I made my way to the shower, I kicked back a shot of whiskey to kill anything in the back of my mouth. During the time PPE was scarce, I would reuse the same mask for up to a week. Hence the reason for a shot of whiskey. And I hate whiskey. But we did anything we could to come up and stay safe. During this time, I also had a last will and testament drawn up. Who would have ever thought about the dangers of nursing? I slept for my wife for 99 days. I have no doubt you have heard countless stories such as mine, but here we are in 2022. And yet, we've ended another surge. It was either the 4th or 5th, depending on who you talk to, but over the past 2 years, we have lost hundreds of nurses for various reasons. You will be the bright light in some dark moments. You are the next group of helpers. Even during the most uncertain times, I have always remained optimistic and positive. Being a nurse is a blessing and a privilege. Others will lean on you for your guidance and knowledge. You will lean on others for the rest of your careers. Be okay with that. Support one another. Allow others to support you. We share a common purpose, and nursing is bigger than you and me. Let the reasons why you wanted to be a nurse stay in the forefront of your heart and mind. You have it in you to not only survive this, but to thrive through it. Lastly, welcome to the next phase of your nursing journey. I hope to one day see you join our team at St. Luke's Emergency Department. Thank you.
Thank you, Melanie. Our student speaker tonight is Stephanie Texera. Stephanie is a first-generation college student and senior nursing student. In the past, she has held university student leadership positions, including the orientation leader and coordinator. In the height of the pandemic, Stephanie worked on the front lines as a CNA at a local hospital and as a student nurse intern at the Greater New Bedford Community Health Center administering vaccines. She is currently a resident assistant on campus in the nursing halls, as well as an assistant at the Frederick Douglass Unity House. She is committed to working towards diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives at all levels, interpersonal and systemic. Her long-term goal is to serve as a safety net for others in her local community. Please welcome Stephanie.
Good evening, everybody. I really want to keep tonight about you, so I will try to keep my words short and sweet. Thank you to the College of Nursing and Health Sciences for inviting me to share. What a privilege. Class of 2024. It feels like it was so many moons ago when I met this group through the orientation program. I remember you guys' faces were in little boxes. Our first interactions were through what I call Zoom University, back in the summer of 2020, when I had the opportunity to be that year's orientation coordinator. And oh, how the time has flown. How fitting it is to be here speaking with you all again at this white coat ceremony, marking your transition from the classroom to clinical. Many of you may be asking, what will the clinical experience bring? Will I be able to do it? What will I learn? Am I prepared? I'm here to share with you that will bring so many enriching experiences that refine your assessment skills, sharpen your critical thinking, teach you how to plan appropriate interventions for your patients. You will learn so much, and you will be able to do it. I'll say it again, you will be able to do it. At this time, I'd like to share a little story from clinical. I can remember, it had been a long clinical day, and I was standing at one of the nursing workstations on wheels, reviewing my documentation before heading to post-conference for the day. And it had been a challenging day, honestly. One of those days when you're a little bit jealous that the sun gets to sleep in and you don't. Who's been there? One of my patients that day was 3 days post-op after an aortic occlusion. I remember that day felt especially demanding. Looking back, my knowledge from previous courses had prepared me to understand what was going on with this patient. It had also taught me what to look for and what should be prioritized in my assessments. This included checking capillary refill, the color and sensation in lower extremities, palpating fetal pulses bilaterally, auscultating heart sounds, collecting vitals, just a few things on the list. Despite my attempts to care for this patient through careful assessment, AM care, medication administration, building a therapeutic relationship, the patient had simply been having a very difficult day, both mentally and physically, I believe. So here I stood in the hallway, double-checking my documentation at this point, honestly feeling inadequate and overwhelmed by the complexity of care required for this patient. I was disappointed that the goals I had set early on in the day had not been met. And then there came that voice. I think the voice that I heard is one a lot of nursing students, even nurses, hear from time to time. And the voice said something a little like this. Nursing is just simply going to be too hard for you, and you should just quit while you're still ahead. In that moment, I think I started to listen to that voice, to that lie. And almost like it had been organized, a CNA, right on cue, walked by me. Without even saying a word, she stuck a little sticky note on my workstation and walked away. The note had a little drawing, a picture of a smiling face, and a few words. And it read, "You are going to make a great nurse. Trust the process. It has started here at UMass Dartmouth, but it doesn't end here. Do the little things well. Bring your best to each day. Give yourself grace. Not knowing how to do something is actually an invitation to learn. There's no shame in that. Remember to be kind, especially to yourself." Thank you.
Tonight, Professor Paula Walsh and Dr. Pim LaSure, members of the White Coat Committee, will be coding our nursing students. And nursing students Sabrina Idahosa and Piper Terrell will read the students' names.
Sydney Adler.
Chantel Andrew.
Emma Andrews.
Paige Bernier.
Cassandra Benaya.
Olivia Bernardo.
Matthew Boucher.
Leah Burrell.
Madison Cabral.
Ashley Carvalho.
Caitlin Cretion.
Hannah Conroy.
Alexa Correa.
Jenna Correa.
Alexa Costa.
Erica Cunin.
Madison Carvalello.
Jillian DaCosta.
Samuel Daytree.
Bethany Davis.
Karina Demers.
Kayla Denholm.
Janae DeSantos.
Maya Desmond.
Amanda D'Souza.
Kyle Devona.
Madison Doka.
Maggie Doherty.
Gabrielle Dustin.
Marlise Fernandez.
Alan Feliz.
Adriana Fernandez.
Kaya Ferreira.
Diana Furtado.
Jocelyn Gagnon.
Tamika Gaston.
Juliana Gallardo.
Samantha Guillen.
Jaylene Geron Hernandez.
Caitlin Greenwell.
Kayla Hurley.
Sarah Herto.
Danielle Jones.
Lawrence Kalan.
Rachel Kerrigan.
Kalia King Allen.
Savannah LaRoche.
Caitlin Leonard.
Shabeli Lopez Perez.
Amanda Little.
Janice Lynch.
Abiomi Marchand.
Jada Matos.
Kayla McLaughlin.
Bella Medeiros.
Lauren McKean.
Jillian Medina.
Hannah Morrison.
Roisin Mullet.
Jenna Mathieson.
Sydney Ledger.
Madison Olette.
Joanna Pearson.
Chloe Knapp.
Alexa Grace Pine.
Haley Pitsley.
Brianna Palatano.
Maverick Crew.
Nisha Rai.
Clara Rappaport.
Azaria Rivera.
Dominique Rodericks.
Madeline Rufo.
Chloe Shea.
Cameron Sullivan.
Katie Soares.
Sabrina Silva.
Andrea Silva.
Abigail Flores.
Catherine Stetson.
Gina Stills.
Zenida Tavares.
Curtis Trumper.
Jenna Tebow.
Kevin Valentine.
Kayla Vivenzio.
Perla Tejeda Hernandez.
Will Tuttle.
Catherine Welsh.
Morgan Wallstrom.
Tika St. Louis.
Amechi Obusan.
Thank you all for facing the camera. I'm Lynx McClellan, Clinical Associate Professor in the College of Nursing and Health Sciences. Please read with me the student oath. It's on the back of your program. As a student nurse dedicated to providing the highest quality care and services, I solemnly pledge that I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering as my primary concerns, act in a compassionate and trustworthy manner in all aspects of my care, apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for my patients, exercise sound professional judgment while abiding by legal and ethical requirements, accept the lifelong obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence, promote, advocate for, and strive to protect the health, safety, and rights of the patient. With this pledge, I accept the duties and responsibilities that embody the nursing profession. I take this oath voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted to the public. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us and sharing in the celebration of this event with your future nurse. This concludes the formal proceedings of our white coat ceremony. We welcome our students to stay and share in some refreshments in the lobby. Thank you all for joining us on this special occasion, and have a wonderful evening.